Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of our 4th Age Total War North Rhun campaign. We got some tragic news here. This is a tragedy. So I just started up the episode, fought this epic battle for the settlement of Garth. Guess what? Right? We run into the post-siege battle crash. This is a vanilla thing. I've run into this. I'm playing actually a vanilla campaign on the side, just regular Rome Total War. And I had this same exact thing happen. So it just happens sometimes. There are certain things you can do to decrease its likeliness, but at some point it'll catch up with you regardless. Who knows? The ways of Rome Total War and memory allocation are mysterious to me. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to withdraw from this battle. I hate that. That sucks. We got the city, right? It was a nice little battle. And it was wintertime, so we had all the advantages, and now we have none of them. Now, what I could do is come around here and try it again, right? We could try, let's see, could I do this and pull the city? Yep, the city's going to come in. Now, this is much less likely that we're going to take the settlement. And I'm not sure that I actually want to fight this, to be perfectly honest, because it is... Well, these units are not great. It is going to be a more challenging battle in the sense that we do not have the snow on our side. So that's a shame. And we're going to have to chase down the units, right? We're the aggressor. And in order for us to get the city, we really have to kill, like, almost all of them. And that's a little easier when you're on the defensive because they can just come to you. So this is a shame that we have to do this, but sometimes you got to do it. You know, we've had a pretty good run in this series where we haven't run into this bug yet until today. All right, so let's get everybody just firing at will. I'm going to have these guys not fire at will, though. The Easterling axe hurlers can hold their ammunition. We'll group everybody, though. Now, we're attacking... Okay, so we're attacking due north. Our armies are... The reinforcements are going to come from over there. That's the big army. And the city's going to be, like, back there over those hills, I think. We can't see it right now. So what I think I'm going to do is just kind of set up facing where the city garrison army is probably going to be.
The feeble enemy have more men.
Right here, actually. Yeah.
For our warriors to collect and
Oh, and this is, like, all cav. Oh, okay. All right. Good, good. We'll hopefully take that annoying army out. Now the problem is, they're on this nice hill up there, right? The main army, and we do need to beat all of them. We can't just beat the garrison and then let them get off the field. We need to beat all these armies because if we win and any of them withdraw, they're going to withdraw into the settlement, right? So if we want the settlement, then we do need to deal with all this. I'm not honestly super insistent that we take this settlement, right? Like, I'm at peace with it, right? Like, we may not get it in this battle. But, you know, we'll see what we can do. So we'll get our kind of spear units. These are just hillmen levies. They nominally have a spear, but honestly, I'm not sure if they get a bonus versus cav with it. Okay, they do. Bonus fighting riders. It may be extremely minimal, but I guess it's there. So maybe I should run them, actually. But yeah, we do kind of want to take our time with this because we have a lot of troops. We're on the attack, and that means we're going to have to, you know, do some chasing, basically. Alright, well, you go that way. You guys are going to be just fine, or you should. They're already routing. Oh my gosh. What a hapless fool. Okay. You stop, you stop. Slingers, oh my gosh, everybody. Just go march away, please. Go do something else. Just let my cav do a bit of chasing without getting destroyed. Okay, I think that's fine. I think that's fine. They have some archers too, so what are they doing? All right, they're coming down the hill. Let's march towards them. I think we've killed enough riders in this army that that's not going to be the thing that prevents us from taking the city. Okay, good. They're coming down the hill. No, they're going up the hill. Alright. We may have to follow them up the hill here. And I guess I want to come over to the left. So the thing that is discouraging is that there tends to be, with these kind of battles, a lot of maneuvering on your part, you know, as the attacker. And if you do it well, they may just leave. They may just go back off to the city at the end of this. And that's where they will end up. So it'll be like you kind of wasted 10 minutes of your life. But that's okay. I already wasted 10 minutes of my life fighting this battle a few minutes ago. And for naught. That's alright. Is time really wasted if you're spending it with Rome Total War? I mean, yeah. Alright, are we going to maneuver them off the hill, or are we just going to maneuver them off the battlefield? That is the question. And, yeah, let's go back here. We've got plenty of time on the clock. I'm not worried about that. I don't want to get so close that they can take pot shots at me while I'm getting into position. And we want to preserve this army. This is, like, the good army that we have in the region. I don't think we have really a whole lot else nearby that has so much concentration of, like, you know, our good units, the axe hurlers and so on. But, you know, if we can get Garth in this episode, then, you know, we're that much closer to actually fielding a normal North Rhun army. Because, as I've said before, we have been not scraping by, but we've been using strange stuff. We've been using units early that you normally wouldn't get until relatively late as North Rhun. And that is the, you know, the axe levies and the axe hurlers. Just because you're not usually going right for the dwarves. But I wanted to get these guys out quick. And I think they have been useful. Alright, I can see some archers there. I don't know what they're going to shoot at. I guess it doesn't matter too much. My front ranks are slingers and the hillmen axe levies, some of which are actually very minuscule in number. Let's see if we can just slightly edge up our left flank onto the peak of the hill. And yeah, like, we're in shooting range of them, so we should be able to kill their general here, right? We've got 3 slingers on them, and they're shooting at my hillmen axe levies. And I got some shots on my axe hurlers too. That's not good. But they're gonna be dead pretty soon. This guy is gonna be routing or killed with a sling bullet. Fewer than 20 men. The kills rack up pretty fast with these slingers. But now that we've got them down to very few, it does slow down a bit. What else do they have for ranged? Okay, 2 more units of Dorwinian bowmen. And then they've got some heavies, right? They've got a good amount of these units. Like, they've got Dorwinian men-at-arms here. There's the captain. Now, what are they going to do? They've also got Dorwinian Watch, several units of those. But their weak point is that they've got a lot of the light levy units. Okay, I am going to now get a bit closer. We're going to ignore this one remaining archer. Alright. Oh, that stinks. Sometimes, I swear, you can get your guys to run when they're in a group. And sometimes you just can't. The game doesn't let you. Alright, so everybody halts so you can throw axes and stuff. And that's actually great. We're going to get some shots into the back. Beautiful. They're shaken. Alright, we will at least do a lot of damage. And I think that's, you know, in a way, that's almost more important than taking the city fast. Is getting rid of these big Dorwinian armies. I think I will go after this unit. We'll get the slingers back out. What do we got coming? Cav. Alright, let's run up our spears. Oh, they actually... Okay. That's the edge of the map right there. And look at this. Alright, I don't think I can afford to go chasing routers just yet. Alright, now we've got some cav coming down on our lower side. These guys are just going to leave. I'm thinking we probably won't get the city here, simply because... Oh my gosh, they're doing that stupid thing where they chase the slingers forever. Okay, I think that's actually okay. Let's get you guys firing, in fact.
This is no longer a battle. This is a hunt. No, a coward chase.
Okay, so we have our light cav. Actually, we've got medium cav going here, too. Alright, let's pull back up the hill. Yep, we chased their cav away. Alright, so now it's time to war cry. I think we've used up a lot of the ammunition for these units. So it's time for our axe hurlers, or the swordsmen, whatever we call them, to get into the fight. Because, yeah, there's quite a lot of damage being done now. Okay, this here, it's men-at-arms. I think we can go in for the charge. And we can get in the charge from the other side. This is a unit I really want to destroy. Let's see if they route fast. Our bodyguard's doing good. Yep. Okay, let's get all of our cav together then. And we'll do the same thing right up here. Get them charged up. Or lined up for a nice charge. Alright, those are warband levies. We can ignore them. Alright, and this actually has worked out quite well. If I had one more unit of cav, we could send them against their archers. I don't think I want to send my infantry, but they're going, aren't they? So let's bring them back. Alright, men-at-arms. Go right in there. These are hillmen. These are my guys. Hillmen axe levies. Okay. Let's send them after the warband. And I'm going to have to actually watch this fight a little bit, because there's some Darwinian watch here, too. A lot of them, actually. Alright, let's send you here. You war cry. Let's kill him. War cry, kill him. How's the cav doing? I think we got to get our cav out of here. We did not break that unit. Alright, actually, yeah, let's send the axe levies after their archers. I think there's few enough archers now. But they're routing our hillmen levies and stuff. Okay, let's go here. Darwinian watch. Look at how tough this unit is. I mean, it's a spear unit, but they're holding out great against my axes and all my stuff. Alright, that Darwinian watch. Actually, yeah, let's bring the longwomen around. Axe levies. Let's see. What do they got? Warband levies. Alright, let's go after the men-at-arms here. Let's actually pull you back a little. Oh, look, they're spoiling the charge. They know what's up. Alright, 28 waver. Okay, good. We caught him. There we go. Let's go here, and let's send our cav after something. I guess we'll go after the bowmen.
Nothing. Any of our warriors would die rather than run.
Alright, where's our other cav? They're fighting. Which is good. The casualties are going to start to rack up here. There's no family members in this fight, so we might actually get the city. If we have movement points to get back there, which is the thing. But we definitely took higher casualties in this battle. That's the thing that is so damn frustrating when you have a crash and you have to redo the battle in less favorable circumstances, because you just know if you play it again, it's going to do the same thing. So, like, yeah, even if we do get the city here, my army's not in as good shape as it was after that battle. I didn't have any routing, right? I had full units of the axe hurlers. I didn't have any of this nonsense. You'll just have to trust me, of course, that I pulled off a flawless victory off screen.
This is no longer a
Well, this is
battle,
good. I was
this is a
expecting,
hunt.
actually, that
No,
they would turn and fight
coward
and
chase.
brutalize my Eastland Raider levies, but not the case. Alright, let's just go around here. We probably don't need to do all of this cleanup, actually, because there's just not enough of them left. They're going to fade away. So, yes, a heroic victory. And, you know, to be fair, in this battle, I actually fought 3 of their armies, and in the previous one, it was only 2. So we took out, you know, more of them this time, and we took, you know, just higher losses because of the nature of the battle. All right. Do we have movement points? My freaking word.
Yes, Captain.
All right. I'm going to try this. Oh, we didn't get it. We didn't get it anyway. Okay, because... oh, my freaking word. All right, and we're going to have to do this again, because if I besiege this, we're going to get hit next season by a big stack, and we're going to have the same issue of a defensive battle for a city, where we're going to lose it to a crash, most likely. So, okay, we'll just stand there. We get a nice little retinue here. +3 troop morale is really nice. And so this is a great retinue. It's a bit weird because you're sort of torn between where you want to use this. Obviously, in the field, the morale bonus is great, but then that decrease to troop training cost is also nice. So, you know, you might want to have this guy as a governor. That's good, though. You know, it makes the ancillary more useful. So yeah, I'm not even going to bother to put this under siege. I guess that this army, you know, the way I thought it worked was in the post-battle where you've got the little blue bar that tells you the casualty rate. If that's above 85%, you know, you've killed 85% or more of the enemy, and, you know, you've killed any family members, then the rest of the army should just melt away. In this case, though, I guess because we had 3 separate stacks, the armies didn't melt away because that 85% casualty rate has to apply to each individual force, maybe, not just the giant number, which is what the thing actually tracks, the meter in the battle itself. Anyway, we won a great victory there outside Garth, but we didn't manage to get it. We're making some money though, and yes, we had an issue here where we had a siege. And so we will have to answer that. This is going to be a satisfying little battle, hopefully. We've got some Waynes. We've got some nice units, and they've got some good units. So we will be able to eliminate some threatening Rhun forces. So, and our captain here is in the Wayne, because of course, where else would you be, right? You'd be in the Wayne. So we'll pull him back. And a lot of these guys do actually have enough men and crew to throw javelins. Sometimes you get a weird thing with chariot units where you get lots of chariots but only drivers for them. And that's not really useful. But this one does have good numbers. So I like to have my chariots most of the time in sort of a deeper formation. Fire at will turned off. And they may not take part all that much in this battle because we've got woods. I don't know if we have a lot of rocks, to be honest, so we might be able to get through these trees. The trees are not as much of an obstacle as you would think, but still they do present you know, a realistic problem. Okay, so we've got some big riders and we've got some Eastland Raider levies. I think I'm going to want them something like this. And we'll just march straight into the woods here.
Send them to kill the enemy.
And our warriors are just the levies. You know, I'm not too eager to get them involved because they're kind of far away. And there's not a ton of them. Okay, actually, let's halt here because we can get some firing. Let's run the cavalry up and behind and halt the chariots. Alright, axemen and spearmen. Good, the spearmen came out. This is a great little unit, and it's good to get rid of them. And someday we'll be able to train our own, because that's also like a native unit for North Rhun. Now they don't have any ranged stuff, I guess. But I guess their cavalry is a problem, so we'll run back. And yeah, they're going to keep kind of coming through the woods. The chariots are a little awkward, right? Like, you do have to get them close enough to be useful. But you also got to be a little careful of them. So I'll get my cavalry over here, because I would like them to come out of the trees. And this is actually a great matchup. Alright, let's just turn. And then get my own cav out of there. And we'll just munch up the Eastland Raiders here with our chariots. 31. Okay, now we can turn around and hit him with our cav. And let's move the Waynes through. Alright, we did great there. We took out quite a few. Alright, are they leaving the battlefield? They may just be leaving. Which would be good. Okay, they do have some archers. Alright, so let's actually get the chariots over here to see if we can kind of push them into a rout. Our chariots will never catch their cavalry, but our cav could be useful in pushing their infantry. Let's actually see if we can get their archers. But yeah, you can see you can move through the trees. It is a little tricky, but you can get your Waynes through. And I should probably have brought up my infantry also, because I mean, spearmen are down to 18. And they are tired. I don't think we're going to catch their archers, though. But what we could do is have the cav at least nearby. Where's the Waynes? Okay, let's just bring them up here. And they will be able to shoot. Okay, and then we'll get our cavalry to charge. And then we'll get the Waynes to charge in. And that should be a nice rout. Get rid of this unit of axemen. Yeah, the Waynes do have a nice long range for their javelin throwers. They are very usable in that way. Like, a lot of times skirmishers in Rome Total War are just really hard to use. Utterly tired. Now we'll charge in. Okay, we already got a rout. Let's pull back away from the spears. Oh, are they just, they're heading the other direction. Okay, and that's it. Great. Yeah, we got some Waynes kind of caught here. But they're throwing. I mean, look at that. That's pretty good. Okay. Cavalry. Cavalry into the axemen here. And our Waynes are going to try to help chasing down riders too, which they can. You know, they can be somewhat effective at, but cav is just better. Just more nimble. So that was much better. You know, lost 11 or so, I guess, and took out a nice little army of Rhun. Now, it is disappointing that they can still produce that stuff and trouble us, but it's something we are going to have to live with. Oh, great. This is nice. Proven Commander Ulfang of Tol Rhun, competent governor and competent commander. He's a Highlander, which gives a bonus to infantry armies, which is awesome because that's what you got most of the time. Now, the command when commanding infantry, I think the way that works is it's like your army has to be, is it 75 or 85% infantry? You can have some cav in there, and you still get that bonus. But this is a great little subculture, I guess, the Highlanders. So not good for trade, but the +2 to law is very nice. So I think that's a nice one, and he's even intelligent. So we might want to have him in a city. You know, maybe not one that's going to make a ton of trade money, but maybe Tham would be a good one, right? Like, he might be a good governor of Tham to help keep public order down there and make sure that we're not getting so much mismanagement. Ulfang of Rhun. Beautiful. So now we get another cab unit, and we get some more, the ability to recruit some more mercenaries. That is just great. Okay. Now, what are we working on in terms of construction? In North Rhun, or in Hythe, we've got Outland Dominion. 3 seasons for that, which is just great. Thordram, we're getting going on a mustering field, and Fornhud, we got our Homeland Dominion back up. So let's take a look again. I don't think we did this anytime recently, at what we can train in an actual homeland settlement for us. Maybe we did in Thordram, but this is a chief city, so it might be slightly different. Native recruitment, we've got a mountain warband, and we've got easterly skirmishers. Right? We've seen those. And then we add to that Axemen of Rhun. It's been a while, right, since we've been able to use these meaningfully as part of our army. Slingers, which is fine. Very low upkeep on these, though. It's just amazing. 50 upkeep. And then we've got some Cav, Mountain Raiders. All of these guys are getting snow combat bonuses. And then our third tier is just going to add, actually 3 units, yes. We've got Spearmen of Rhun, lovely. We've got the Great Axes of Rhun. It has been a long time. And then we've got a Chieftain's Guard. So whenever we want, we can add another family member by training up one of these guys. This is the type of thing you can only do at a chief city, and probably only in your chief city homelands. Like, I don't think we can do it in Belagant, right? Let's just double check that. No, we get Chief's Men, which is not a bodyguard, but is a very nice cab unit. And in Thordram, we don't get that either, right? Thordram is where we get our Waynes, or Tham rather. But we're never going to be able to train a bodyguard unit out of here. So it is nice to get Fornhud back. So I guess we need to build this, right? Is that the thing? No, we've got this built. Why can we not? Why? What is the deal? Where's my great axes? Oh, I'm looking at Tham. That's why. Fornhud doesn't have anything. That's why. I was looking at the wrong city. All right, Fornhud does not have any military stuff yet, but we can definitely get going on it, and we can get the cultural conversion stuff too. That actually might be a better first move, because that's going to start making us a little more money and population growth, which is actually very useful, given that this has been probably sacked a few times. So that's going to help a little bit with money. This is going to get better as it increases. We're going to get more land tax bonuses, I think. Let's just double check that. These cultural conversion buildings are like a very important part. So this first one is going to get right, just so experience, some income tax, some population growth. The second, that's where we're going to see our land tax, and that's the big deal. 10 and then 20. So I think that's going to start to make us like 200 and then another 200 per turn on top of everything else. And I think that's what we've been missing in our economy, really. So we will add that. And then, geez, we're going to have enough money to queue up an Outland Dominion in a season, though. So maybe we should wait. But I kind of don't feel like waiting. Let's just see what happens, right? Now we've got to decide also what we're going to do with Ulfang of Rhun. It's almost like we should go for Erebos, because they are making armies and they're heading them up that way. But I think we are going to have to just dance back and forth between these two settlements. But now that we've got a family member here, I think that will be easier. Get another cav unit we can throw at you. And up here we've got a family member too. He's been up here for a while. And public order's looking good. So like maybe... Okay, you're actual mountain raiders. But we'll be able to retrain you next turn. Let's send the Barding Watch levies down here too, just because I think we need something. Alright, and so there... Yeah, we've got a ton of agents in Rovanian here, just seeing what Dorwinian has. And we are attacked indeed, and I'm afraid this is going to be a big bad army, and it's over by Garth. Now, the city is sending 121 men, and these are the cowards who fled the field in the last battle. But look at how lopsided this is. My gosh. Now, interestingly, they did not send... They had 2 armies that they could have sent up at me. They had 1 family member, and then they had another that they didn't. Oh, and I forgot about this guy completely. Damn, okay. Should have looked more closely. But this is formidable. We no longer have a lot of the good forces. But that said, they're led by a captain, and they got a lot of low-tier stuff as well. So this is defensive. We'll have that advantage. And, you know, maybe we can weaken them enough. We're not going to get the city, though, because even if, like, we defeat both of these armies completely, it's still the AI's turn. And so they can just retrain, you know, anything inside Garth. So this is all very unfortunate. Thankfully, though, we still got a decent amount of Chief's men here. Our nice sort of medium infantry. Let's get the slingers here and here. Here and here. You know, I guess we should just put them right out front. I'm sort of paranoid about hitting my own guys in the back of the head is what this is. Like, I'm very hesitant. But what we should do, let's do like a little checkerboard kind of thing instead. How about that? Right, does that make sense? And we'll get you kind of covering the right flank. It'll have you guys all on fire at will, actually. And you guys can just make up numbers in the back, and then we've got decent archers there and our cav. So I think that'll work. But yeah, the problem is the cav chases your slingers off, and it's annoying, right? It's not the worst thing, but it's irritating to me. We don't have particularly good ground. I guess we could set up way over here, but not much point. You know, the reinforcements from the city are going to come from over here, and I'm not too eager to face them, if I'm honest. So let's go right here. And it's not because like they're a formidable force. They're just like, you know, very low tier stuff, in fact. But I don't see much purpose in facing them early when we're not going to get the city. I wouldn't mind if they just came on late, sort of in you know, dribs and drabs.
Brought more weaklings to reinforce their line.
I'm a little nervous they're coming around to my right. And we don't have much space on our left because we're running into the edge of the battle map. Alright. Yeah, look at that. So we're going to easily outrange. And they've got a lot of archers, though. Let's count them up. Heavy infantry that I'm worried about. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so maybe this is not so bad. They're going to have a strong left and center. But their cav is actually no joke either. So we're going to... This is not looking so awesome for us. We're going to have to be very careful. We can't do too much flanking. We're going to have to kind of turtle up. Alright, this is where their weak cav is. So let's get this light spear guys over there. And keep my cavalry around in the center. Alright, maybe we'll put all you guys on guard mode. Alright, the cav is getting in. Alright, they're getting in on the slings. It's kind of fine. Alright, we're already routed some of them. Alright, Ravanian Axemen. That's not the enemy I wanted to fight. I mean, Derwinian Watch is actually much worse, of course. Alright, we're almost out of axes. And when we are... Alright, it's time to war cry, and let's throw you in against you. And what are we going to do? I think we have to dance away from the Rhunian Watch, unfortunately. Alright, yeah, all you guys war cry. Jeez, we might get their general here. Alright, are we outrunning their Rhunian Watch? I mean, maybe, but the problem is we've got to watch out for our own guys getting destroyed here.
Enemy warlord shows his worth. Nothing. Any of our warriors would die.
Focus on them. If we can just range them down. Actually, let's go right through the center. Try to get the archers. Right, that's really nice. Let's actually take you off guard mode now. Turn around. Right, go after the bows. Yep, go up here too. How's this going? Great, they're routing. Alright, that's Cav. Honestly, I'm not too worried about that single unit of Cav. I guess I need to worry about this, though. Oh, but they're losing. Okay, we already got guys on them. We should be fine. Okay. Where's my other Cav? They're way over here. Fair enough. Let's hit the Ravanian Axemen. Let's bring you down off guard mode. And yeah, we're slowly whittling down that Rhunian Watch unit. Alright, we do have to be a little concerned here. They're fighting, these Rhunian bowmen. And we are taking some losses. They're not pushovers, as I've mentioned in previous videos. Come on. Hopefully the men routing all around them. I'm going to encourage them to flee. What do we got going on here? Alright, status quo. I guess all this is fine. Okay, the bowmen have routed. Let's go there. Okay, good. The axes, and actually all of you. What is this? Okay, Hillman axe levies losing heavily. I think we got to help them out. And there's the reinforcing army. Alright, and this Rhunian Watch are basically gone. All of these guys can now fight the scouts. They're probably going to flee very soon. Okay, good. This is now routed. Alright, let's... Okay, good. The warband levies are not too much of a threat, especially once they've already been routed. Come on. It looks like they're turning back to the city, which is fine with me. Now, there may be, I guess, another army somewhere in the fog of war. Alright, but this is all very good. I mean, we have taken a lot of losses, especially among the Hillman axe levies. And our slings, to be honest. They've been through the ringer, too. Okay, so let's just finish this out. So if, we might get attacked again this turn. Right? If the AI has an army somewhere in the fog of war, that big army that I was looking at before, they may come and try to hit us again, because we're really right next to their city. And so they're not going to want to just let that stand. But they might not be too committed. They've got lots of other fronts to watch. They've got Gargal, and they've got Belligant, right, to watch out for. So this is another heroic victory, but we cannot sustain these kinds of losses. So let's see, are we going to get hit again?
Victory!
Looks like no. No. Okay, good. Very good. And we've got a candidate for adoption. I'm probably going to say no to this guy. He's got pretty bad traits. Incompetent, inept, shadow-touched. He's youthful. but yeah, I don't think we need him. I'm pleased to see their income is rising, no doubt because we've taken a lot of losses in battle, and we are projected to make 4,000 this turn. Okay, Belligant has its provincial pacification. Can we afford? No. 7,800 for Outland Dominion here. But the people in Belligant are looking pretty good. Let's queue up another scout. I mean, I just love these traits. Blade of Renown and Champion Pitfighter are very nice. And I've got to make sure this guy isn't getting too old. He's seasoned. And you are mature. Let's take the opportunity here and hand this stuff over. Maybe we want to give him War Chief as well. In terms of the lordship, I mean, this guy's a good lord. And he's a good commander as well. But he's just gonna, he's gonna die in a few seasons. So we'll just leave that the way that it is. We lost a scout in Erebor. I guess that's okay. But we do have elven spies in the area. So I guess we are obliged to train up a new one. Actually, no, we already had one. But still, let's keep it going. Okay, 3,200. Now, here's a little army here. And I saw a family member somewhere around here. So he could be in the woods. And this army's looking okay. Not fantastic.
At your service. Orders.
I mean, what would really mess him up if I marched down here and started to approach Rhun. I think that would certainly pull their attention away. Let's get a spy over into the east a little bit, though.
On my way.
Yep, there it is. There's that army. All right, I'm a little worried about that.
Captain.
I don't know how we would do in a battle. I mean, we would probably eke out a victory against them. But there's no mercenaries in the area. I don't know that I want to go for Garth right now because they're just going to hit us. And so this is actually positioned very well because he can hit a siege at Garth and he can also hit a siege at Gargal. So maybe what I do want to do is come down to Rhun with this army up at the Karnan fort. And there's not a lot of people down here. And go for Rhun.
Captain. Move.
All right, now we just marched over the Bjorning's territory. We are allied with them, but we do not have military access. So, arguably that hurt our reputation with them a little bit. I think that's okay. Let's come down a little bit further on the road, and yeah, let's... I think we do want these mercenaries because they're all pretty cheap in upkeep. And, oh, these guys are not. But they are great. So, let's see. All we've got is 2 general units for Cav. And this is not a super strong army, so we could really use the light Cav.
At your service.
Well, let's kind of see what they do. We do want Rhun. I don't think I want to give it to the Bjornings, actually, right? Like, I want to take it and I want to hold it. But I wouldn't mind taking some of these other settlements and gradually just throwing them at the Bjornings just to screw up Dorwinion. Like, if we were to take Arab Gobel and gift it to the Bjornings, Dorwinion would have to declare war on the Bjornings to get it back, right? And they typically don't do that, especially a province like this, which is kind of far from the rest of their armies. So that might be a good strategy. Rather than trying to take a settlement that I'm going to hold, we just take this army through and just take some places that we don't want to keep ourselves. Like, it would be quite a coup, for example, if we could pull off, like, Rovenost or Yathin Ra and gift one of these to the Bjornings. I kind of want Arab Gobel, and I want Hjorth, and I want Thrimfeld, and I want Holt, These are all in the snow. So these are settlements that I could defend by playing to my strengths, fighting in the winter. So, that is a consideration too. We've got a lot of these old emissaries, so maybe I'll train up a young one and just have him around so we can do some of this diplomacy stuff. But yeah, we're just going to be threatening down here and see if we can pull one of these armies away. I'm going to move... I guess I'm going to have to move back over here. I'm just going to kind of get out of their line of sight and back on home turf. And that's also going to help with supply, because we are only supplied currently. We're not well supplied. We're going to get some more supply on homeland. And what do we have to do here? Not too much, but let's get back to Tham. Oops. And do we want to pick up more mercs? Probably not. I think we'll be good. We're bringing down these guys to reinforce. Okay, I think that's all the big army, and agent movements that I want to do. Again, in terms of overall strategy, we got 16 provinces, so we're going to want to aim for, getting this. I'm annoyed enough at the elves that I want to grab this. And we could go over to Framsburg, right? Like, we could take the Grey Mountains hold, theoretically, but for sure take Framsburg. Now that Dale is essentially stuck here, but we could grab that. It's not too far, arguably, but these places are really the low-hanging fruit, right? All of these settlements, because they're very close to our central, like our capital, which is now what? Well, I think it's probably still the Carnan Fort, actually, yeah. I'd like to move it someplace else, and we probably will as we start to grab other territories. Alright, so I'm kind of surprised they went for the Carnan Fort there. Now, was this the army that we were just looking at, but lost its family member? Yeah, I think they just moved him. Yeah, Asvard. This is the guy, I think. And so he just moved into the city to govern and moved his stack outside. Okay. So here, do we want to defend Carnan? I mean, I kind of don't care about that. I'd rather do something else. I mean, honestly, I would rather grab a place that they can't touch. But I don't think such a place exists. Although maybe Rathwin. They can't hit me in Rathwin, even with this army. So I could take that, like, now, in theory, right? We could lose Carnan. I mean, it's our capital. But, yeah, let's put this under siege. That's probably all we're going to need, honestly. Alright, so Rohan is declaring war and apparently making peace very quickly again with Dorwinion. Alright, we've got our animal fight, so that's a little bit more money. And yes, Tham. Okay, we were coming down here to take care of that anyway. Let's just move you down, and we've got 2 slings. Might not need them. Great. I'm just going to get you into the city, and we're not going to retrain the retainer wains. It's a mouthful, but we might consider retraining some of these guys. We're very close to getting started on Belligant, but that's fine because we're also very close to this being just outright finished. Okay, yeah. We've got our agent outside of Yodor. Let's move him down here. So now we can have contact with Byrne in case all of our other emissaries just die. And my gosh, look at these armies. Rathwin and Belligant, though, these are big losses for Dorwinion, right? If I can hold them, we should be very good. And so hopefully now that I'm putting the pressure on them, like this army will go west, and then I can sneakily move you back to take Garth. Okay, so Thordram now can recruit Axemen, and let's retrain the Mountain Raiders, right? I don't want to spend any more because we got other stuff we're saving up for. Okay, we were besieged, but we were not attacked anywhere. We've got another adoption candidate. I think, again, I'm going to say no. Okay, this guy has generated a family member, or they've got some reinforcements. Alright, but Hythe has finished its Outland Dominion. That is very nice. Over 5,000 a turn. Okay, Fandos of the Tribe of the Bitter Wind. Where's that? I should have looked. He got a Highland Scout. It's probably here. Yeah. So he's the ruler. A Highland Scout. Yeah, this is a cool little ancillary you almost never see. I like the little art for this. Skilled at moving swiftly and stealthily along the crags and ridges, a Scout of the Highlands can aid a host's passage through difficult terrain. +2 command when ambushing, +3 to line of sight, +5% movement points. So that's beautiful. And I'm thinking, what did we build anything here recently? Yeah, we built the mustering fields. Maybe it's related to that. Maybe it's something that comes as a result of the brawling contests, or just in general. He, however, he's mature, so actually we could get him out in the field. Let's see what that looks like. If we get him out, this is actually fine. I think I want to do that. I want to get like a few of these good generals out into the world, and let's take advantage of these movement points. Like, we don't arguably need all of these warband. So we can send some of them down south. Where do you want to go? I think we need you over here. Because Worth here is a champion, does have a champion pit fighter. He's also mature. We don't have a lot of units. But yeah, let's bring him over. And they actually haven't moved. They've consolidated around Garth. So I think we got to do this. I think we got to go after Rhun. And this is going to be the battle, right, of the episode. This is one of their nobles, Marhwini of Upper Dorwinian, and a couple of their Dorwinian bows. These guys are kind of like tough in the city because they are really slow cavalry, more like mounted infantry, and so they're not quite so dependent on the charge, I guess, as a lot of the spear armed cav is. So this is a unit that you don't necessarily want to face in the city streets, but it's better to deal with him here and get rid of this family member and get the city. And then I think we'll be in a good position. I'd love to just consolidate our homelands, though, and, you know, it's unfortunate. Sometimes, you know, these crashes happen and you have to readjust your plans. But here's the city, and the problem is they do have 2 units of archers. But we've got some cheap warband, right, that we can just send. I don't think I want to use you guys. You are my stars. But maybe these guys would be helpful. I kind of think this is the best place to attack. This seems... Well, the gate can't shoot at both, right? I think it has to pick one side to shoot at. So maybe we'll get you guys kind of like there. Maybe, I'm thinking like a wider formation might actually be better because the bolts pass through multiple men. So maybe it's actually better to set up like that. It looks dumb, but it might be better in terms of preserving casualties. But let's go like that there. All right, there's some bowmen. There's no bowmen here. I think between these 2 units, we might be able to take him out. There's bowmen on the ground, and is that it? Yeah, they get another cav unit. And over here, they get more bows and cav. So Dorwinian really does have, you know, a couple of tricks, and that's about it, I guess. They don't have super strong low-tier infantry, but they do have high-tier stuff. Okay, how are we doing? All right, well, they're firing completely at the siege tower. And we've actually taken some of them out, or one anyway. We are shooting. Alright, hasn't caught yet, but these things can catch very quickly. I don't know if our long formation has helped all that much. Yep. Yeah, we're not going to make it now. Doesn't that stink? So, we'll just get right here. Okay. Well, okay, we'll have to do some sneaky stuff with capturing towers. And once we get the gate, we'll bring these guys through it. And hope that our mountain warband can hold off the bowmen, you know, long enough to keep the gate open. Let's get everybody ready. You guys get off skirmish. Actually, we're going to need you guys selected first. I guess the good news is we took very few casualties going over there. Okay, so what are we going to do? Let's see if we can get it.
Now the streets will run with blood.
Okay, yeah, I think we can do it. So, let's not get you. Whoops. Not get you, not get you. We should have grabbed that tower as well. But here come the swordsmen. And let's just set up here. They might send some units down to probe. Actually, we can send someone up here. Like, you can go up this way, right? Without getting caught in that melee. I think we're going to be okay. We outnumber them like 2 to 1 there. So, okay, yes. You guys can run all the way over here. We just need this tower. And I mean, it might be good to have some slingers up here too. Alright, my warband routed, so it's good I send the swords. Yeah, actually, they're having a tough fight. Which probably shouldn't surprise me too much, because these are a strong, you know, melee unit. And these guys are tier 2. $34 to 27, and it's just going to get worse. Let's get... we don't have any other swords. Let's get these spears. You know, it's not an ideal match. But we do have numbers here. Okay, good. So we're high up. We got the advantage of height. And we can take out some of their archers. Great. How are we doing? 19 men to 23. Look how few they lost. But I think we can wear them down. All right, we got some more bowmen coming. All right, these guys though are out of ammo, so they're just sitting ducks. Well, I guess we'll just get them down to the ground, and let's get our other slings up here. So 13, they're wavering. We got 90 spearmen. Oh, okay, we actually had been shooting at them. That's what caused all those casualties. So our spearmen are not going to do too great against these swords, but they might do what they need to. All right, and you guys can go back over here for safety. All right, actually, there's no one around anymore to challenge me, so I guess that's fine. And we're... God, it takes a long time to deal with them. Alright, there we go. Now we can just move everybody up in a big blob this way. And we get to the plaza where there's going to be more archers. I think we took out one unit for sure. Oh, did we take out all of their other archers? Yeah, we did. Wow, that's great. Okay. Very good. I'll leave the 42 guys up there. And then what we want to lead with here is the other spears. Yeah, you guys. All of you. So let's go with the 90. Oops. Alright, what's going on here? There we go. Yep, a big kind of blocky spear formation, I guess. And then behind them, the longbows. Now for you guys, yeah, we may as well keep you all together. Actually, we can get pretty quickly around here. But maybe I'll do it with just you and leave the general with the army. Alright, this is a problem. If people get... people start shooting too quickly. Yeah, that's a problem right there. Alright, we got trouble. I didn't expect them to come up that quick. Let's see, these are scouts. I mean, maybe we'll just halt everybody and see how it goes, because I think we're going to be fine. There we go. Where'd... I told you to go around the other way, man. But you know what? Screw it. Let's just come back now and... Oh, okay. Heroic death. So this is for Rhun. We're absolutely going to destroy this captain. Very good. And let's see. Are we going to get everybody back? Yeah, we still got our formations ready to go, but we need the right guys to be marching. So hopefully that's going to happen now. Yeah, the AI is very reactive in this particular situation to ranged fire. Not always. In open battles, sometimes they're perfectly happy just to sit there while you shoot at them. But in the siege scenario, if you do any casualties on the men in the plaza, they will not abide. They will come out and deal with you. So yeah, we'll go hold formation for you, and then we've got the Darwinian nobles still. But they don't commit. You see, obviously that's the problem with that. There we go. Pulled them. They decide they don't want to fight. It even sounded a charge that time. So I'm not sure what, you know, how later games handle it. Okay, we're out of ammo, so now they're just going to stay there forever. Later games don't seem to have this particular issue, right, where the AI will constantly move back and forth in response to ranged fire. What would be better, right? Like, is it better for them to do nothing? No, that would be worse, right, if they just didn't react at all. Is it better for them to commit? Not always, because if they were maniacs and attacked your archers at the first casualty all the time, that would be bad as well. So yeah, but look at that. They just routed my my tier 1 unit. Of course they did, but still. We're whittling him down. Actually, we've only got 8 minutes, but I think we'll be fine. Alright, let's be more aggressive here. And let's just bring the fight to them. We'll kill him faster this way, I think. Yep, 2, down to 1. And he should die. At some point. He's got some great traits and ancillaries, no doubt. He's an old guy. I mean, that will theoretically make him more vulnerable. but he held out quite a long time. So that's Rathwin, and we took a massive amount of casualties taking it. That's why, the ideal situation for me, taking a city has historically been put up a siege, wait for the relief army, beat him in the field, and then you get the siege without having to do the assault. Unfortunately, the way the game works is that sometimes that will cause a crash. So here, what are we going to do? I guess we're going to have to occupy. There's really not a lot of people here, which is very unfortunate. So decrease the taxes, and let's get the Lord's barracks gone immediately. Let's destroy the King's feasts. Look at that. We're back up into the 20s now in terms of cash. I guess we'll keep the Hall of Song, and the fish markets are doing us some good as well. Military policy is just fine. I'm not sure about Homeland Dominion, though. But good news, with all that plunder, we can now easily afford Outland Dominion Belgate, which has increased in price for some reason. So he's gotten less effective at buying stuff for some reason. All right. At any rate, we can probably bring some of these guys back home as well. And this place is already, built up with its dominion. So where are we missing it? We've got it in Ray Coast, right? That's why we're able to train all of these guys. We've got it in Yar Helkar, but we don't have any, anything to train here yet. We could, but it's actually this is a homeland, isn't it? Yes, we found that out. So this would be a nice, relatively easy recruitment center. Get our great axes and spearmen out of here. But, it's another place to invest in, and we've already started that in Thordram. Fornhood is all set with that regard. And so, we could start going on military here, which would actually probably be more useful. And we're bringing a governor over, right? We're bringing another family member into the region. So I think, that'll probably be one of the plans. Let's not go too crazy on military stuff, though, right? Let's see. Public order is looking really good right now, except Esgaroth because of the elves and their spying. But maybe I do want to get rid of the Homeland Dominion. And let's see what that does. Do you have any red faces? Yeah, it's actually fine. And so we've got the money now to just get going on this, and we're not going to lose this next turn. I mean, we are, we are queuing up some expenses, but yeah, no, a couple of turns we'll be able to start the probably Outland Dominion here as well. Maybe this fiefdom is probably Outland, right? That's what this is. Yeah. So we'll be getting going on that stuff, and I know it's ridiculous that we've made a complete ring around our last two homeland regions, and we're probably going to lose this too. But that's the way it works, I guess. That's the way these campaigns sometimes go. We'll see if we can hold on to Rathwin as well as Belagant, and I'm a little nervous about this. Let's in fact shore this up a tiny bit and grab that cab unit because we need to have Belagant, right? Even if we lose Rathwin, we absolutely can't lose Belagant. So what else can we do to ensure that? Maybe, in fact, we do need to get Mountain Warband available down here so we can, get some forces in the area. I don't dare sally out and attack this army because, well, it's not a sally. We're going to see them as reinforcements, and they're more formidable. So it'll be interesting. It'll be an interesting couple of turns. We can see that Derwinian is definitely moving their forces in our direction. Let's see. Yep, and their forces, some of these are not super strong, but some of them are, right? Like with very, very elite, halberdiers and all sorts of stuff. Let's move you down all the way to see what we can see. Yeah, they're basically emptied out this front. And it's interesting because down here I can see the Dead Marshes. Okay, this is always rebel because it's not a proper settlement. But I don't know. Do they have... They've got Udun. They've got Gorgoroth. Oh my gosh. Harad has North Aphilion. Karandros is Rebel. And Harad has Pelennor. right? So Harad, so the White City has fallen to the Haradrim. They've also got Anorian, so they've got Calenhad. What else? Do we see anything else here? Lasarnak is rebel, so Harad took it and then it rebelled. I don't think we ever had line of sight to these places, so we've got no idea. But we can see signs of sieges around Pelargir. No signs of siege around Dol Amroth, so maybe those were resolved long ago, or maybe just Harad never got them. But yeah, this is gonna take some doing, because Dorwinian they clearly do have the infrastructure still to raise some large armies. All these tough guys were not coming out of these two settlements. You know, they're coming from. It looks like they're coming from Yathin Ra, and probably Rovanos too. So we'll have to obviously keep on top of this, and I hope you'll join me for the next one when we'll see how we can manage it all. Until then, everybody, take care.